Growing up sucks, and as we get older the world constantly reminds us that we have to focus on work, sorting out our lives, stop reading comic books and stop watching animated shows and films. People seem to be obsessed with losing everything that makes them independent as a person and just sort of interesting as people to listen to, or even just have a personality of their own, so then they just come across as just plain old and boring. But this sensation of jumping into unknown worlds or even becoming heroes for just a few hours is what makes gaming so special to all of us, coming back to that energetic childlike wonder that we're all so used to. As I grew up, I got to play and experience so many different games, and honestly I was hooked from just being distracted from the real world. But in my childhood there was one game that probably changed everything for me. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. And actually I never bought this game, I found the cartridge on a bus. How lucky is that? The fact that I was able to play it and explore this whole game for free blew my mind. I never played a Zelda game before this, so this was a great adventure to jump into. And whoever's original cartridge this is, don't worry, I still have your original profile on there, so if you can come and claim it and take it back, that's entirely down to you and you can continue your adventure wherever you left off. But for playing this on a handheld, my tiny little mind was blown. This was the first time I really felt like I had a whole world to myself to explore. My tiny little brain couldn't even comprehend the mass scale of this journey and adventure. And then when Zelda Wind Waker was announced shortly after playing this game, I was in a completely new state of excitement. To be able to sail and master the seas, head to so many cool different islands and locations which were all based in this one world, this game was everything for me as a child. My mind was able to explore and wonder every single new destination and island we were going to. What items I would get next, how it would change how I actually go into this world, how the drowned Hyrule is meant to be saved. Link's quest and personal adventure here is still something I adore to this date. From the start, he isn't given the world-saving adventure that most heroes of times are really meant to be given. He just wants to get his sister back as the main motive of the story. And as one of 7 kids, this is something that really sticks to me as a brother and as a sibling. Even if my sister, who is older than me, was kidnapped by a big evil bird, I think I would probably find a way to beat it. It's just the ocean is the part I'm scared of. I'm sorry. Personally, I've always found this Link to be the most relatable out of the bunch. His expressions and clumsiness just helps tell this sincere story of a hero who's in an adventure which is practically too big for his own boots, and he sort of just gets to every single location by stumbling across it and literally being thrown across the world to get into certain islands. The slapstick nature is really a key part of Wind Waker's personality and storytelling. Link is literally thrown out of a cannon at one point just to get onto an island. He has no control of this scene, but it just happens, and that's the joy of this character. Being in Forbidden Fortress sets the tone perfectly for the rest of the game. How completely unaware he is of the danger that he is in, or even what he's been thrown into. Just walking around and seeing his raw expressions as he's trying to be all sneaky is just wonderful. Sneaking around enemies with your little feet sticking out the barrels in the shell-shaded style really does complement its tone. It makes it feel like you're playing a real life cartoon like Tom and Jerry or even Looney Tunes. And it's this childish style and nature that this game has that really gives it a sense of expression compared to other Zelda games. Yes, Zelda this day and age has actually adopted the cell-shaded style from this game, but also mixed it with the more realistic proportions, but for me I really feel like Wind Waker and Toon Link as a character in his adventure and all these different games stick out because of how different he is and how much he comes alive on screen. as you sail the seas, go into ship combat with other flying around cannons, fight giant squids, learn how to read treasure maps to find the said treasure, trying to feed a fish, trying to learn new songs, controlling the winds, learning about new islands. It's what makes this game feel so endless and the world feel so open, and it felt incredibly important for me as a child to be able to escape into a world like this. Seeing islands in the distance now, and I'm going to have to go there in the future to maybe solve a puzzle or overcome a challenge, made this adventure feel real and even gave me short mini adventures of my own to talk about and even overcome. And it's this adopting of wanting bigger adventure mindset that I would go into when the next gen consoles came out. And in 2006, my life was changed with the release of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. The beautiful, vibrant colour scheme of Cyrodiil was truly amazing. It felt like I was really on my own Lord of the Rings-like adventure, and I spent hours a day just walking around and role-playing as my character in every moment I could in conversation in this game. Being told that I was able to walk to the edges of the maps and even to the furthest mountains that I could see was amazing, and I was always wondering what was over there. I was wondering, could I travel over there and enter this castle, or travel over there and enter this cave and defeat said vampires or even goblins? And it made me feel like this adventure was genuine, and it gave me a little purpose within the game. Like Link, I played with a sense of clumsiness and fun, just to go to place without even knowing where I was going. It was that fun, not taking it all too seriously mindset that I still stick to this day when I play these open world adventure games. Having a sense of fun and wonder is what keeps us players involved, and personally for me, I think Assassin's Creed Origins actually did a really good job of making this stick out more than most. As a series that felt like it was drying up and wasn't doing anything interesting anymore, Ubisoft probably made one of the most interesting and fun worlds to explore in a very long time. Dropping into the deepest and hottest parts of a desert, making your character see the craziest things, is the most fun you would get out of just exploring. You never exactly know what you're going to get next, but it's still visually exciting and even interesting to wonder what is going through the main character's mind as he's going out into these deserts hallucinating, or even discovering an ancient tomb within a pyramid, having to solve these puzzles for yourself and having to work out what treasures these places may hold, creates a very organic sense of adventure that you really don't expect to find from a game like Assassin's Creed, but it leaves me remembering the experience and leaves me talking about it with other people. Putting in all these mountain ranges and castles in the distances, or even buildings for players to explore, really makes them wonder what adventures are in store for them and what they will have to overcome. It's this incredible nature of imagination and childlike spirit that wants us to explore. It's allowing us to continue these stories outside of even the video game. If you want to write a story or even draw your own landscapes and imagining your own worlds with your own friends when you're playing RPG games, it's being able to explore these worlds and characters within our minds. We know what lies within the castle that we've drawn, or even within the caves that we wrote about, but it's down for us to try and sell this to the audience to make them explore even further. And it's that childlike wonder and excitement which people seem to forget about when growing older. And now that I am older, I'm nearly 25 this year, I'm able to retain that childish nature with my imagination. I have devoted myself to drawing and learning the craft. I've had fun writing stories and trying to build my own sort of worlds and even points of storytelling within these videos and create my own visuals. But I'm also able to buy and explore any game and world that I want in my own time. VR has shown me that worlds are actually able to be lived in and interact with my own personality and my own amount of clumsiness. I'm able to go into these worlds without having to imagine too much because I am really there. I'm put into these worlds, I am given the hands of the heroes, and it's down to me to really solve and work out how to explore the situation I'm in. And you know what? The fact that I'm able to create my own content, or even able to draw my own pictures, or the fact if you're into game dev, you're able to craft your own worlds for people like you to explore further, makes you realize that maybe growing up doesn't actually suck. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. It was a blast going back to Wind Waker and exploring that world all over again. Yeah, it's a little bit dated to open world standards now, but as a kid you got to understand that game actually blew my mind. It was incredible, and I want to know, is that the same for you? Did you enjoy Wind Waker as much as I did? What is your favourite Zelda of all time? Most people would probably say Ocarina of Time, but hey, Breath of the Wild is a very close second for me, but Wind Waker, because of its charm and because of its history with me, it just holds a really dear place in my heart. But that's also the same with a lot of adventure games, and I really do appreciate that. What is your favourite adventure game? What do you enjoy playing? What game really gave you that real sense of wonder or wanting to explore? I really would like to know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Why not subscribe for more videos like this every week? And of course, I'll see you at the next checkpoint. Bye bye.